You can hold it. You can. Yeah.
Colin, tough loss. What were you seeing out there from COI? I mean, how tough were they on offense?
They pretty much did exactly what we expected. We just got to play better on defense.
Were you surprised they were going to pass that much when they were primarily a running game attack?
No, I mean, we just got to be ready for everything we can. Yeah, we just got to be ready for them to pass. Because they don't have to run the ball even if they have a tendency to.
Were you hoping that interception before halftime could help gain a little momentum going into the half?
Yeah, I mean, that would have been nice, but sorry. Stuff happens in football games. Sometimes you get momentum out of situations like that. Sometimes you don't, so you just got to move on.
Compared to some of these quarterbacks in the front here, I mean, how different was Darius? And was he just more mobile? Was he?
Yeah, he's good.
What made him different?
He's good. He's fast. He doesn't see something right away in the pass game. He'll take off and run. And we for the most part, we're ready for it. But sometimes we let him get away. But yeah, we just got to contain him a little better. But yeah, he's a good player.
It's Jaden Harrison joining Colin. Had the touchdown catch early in the first quarter.
Jaden, that touchdown catch, built some momentum, but I mean, how important was it to answer that quickly, you know, in a game like this, right away after their first score?
To come back and score?
Yeah.
It was important. I think in the first half we were definitely in the ball game. We were down to a few scores, and I think it was important that we just moved the ball, got it moving.
I mean, moving into that second half, it just seemed like you guys couldn't get anything rolling on offense. I mean, was the defense doing anything different than you guys expected, or did they just kind of have their A game there?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things. We didn't play up to our potential today, especially on offense in the second half. They made some good adjustments as well, coming out of half. They're a good football team. I think it was just the perfect storm. Things going wrong for us.
Coach said before this game that they were very fast. I mean, being on the field, how fast were they compared to some of these other teams that you played?
Specifically, I noticed a few players on defense that were quicker than most. The safeties were pretty fast. But other than that, there wasn't anything too surprising.
Special teams wise, I know you play on special teams. How do you think the special teams performed?
Yes, sir. We did. We played well. I think we did our job for the most part. I don't think there were any big problems that we had today that I remember correctly, but there's definitely more we could have done. Like always, we could have made some bigger plays, got some possessions back.
Looking forward to next week. You got a rematch against Montana Western. I mean, do you guys have you guys kind of had your eyes on that game since week one, or are you guys just kind of taking it week by week?
Week by week, we try and focus on the team we got this week. Obviously, we want to beat them. We were close our first game, but we try to focus on who we have next week and get ready for them so we can be prepared for Saturday.
Was it hard with the bye week last week to, you know, get back in the game mode with that week off?
We had some. It was different, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a different schedule, but I think we practiced hard. I think we had. I mean, the coaches had us focused in. I think we were running practice as well. Just got to focus up a little bit more and we tighten it down for next week.
What was the message after the game in the locker room? Is it just moving forward next week, or what was just the message?
Coach Purcell talks a little bit how football is a lot like life. Sometimes you get knocked down. The adversity and how we respond to that is what makes us men. It's kind of his message. He took it on himself as well. He said it was on him that he would prepare us better and get us more focused for next week.
Any other questions for Colin and Jay? All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, Coach, we'll have you open up with just your opening statement from a loss to a team that proved why they were number 8 in the country today.
Yeah, no, College of Idaho is a very, very good, solid ball club. You know, they're a veteran group, veteran coaching staff, and, you know, they came in with a 10 game winning streak coming into this. So, you know, my hat's off to them and their program, their kids for making that long trip and putting on a good show, you know, and we just couldn't hang with them. And we just got to keep battling, keep getting better. You know what I mean? It was kind of the first, true, where we didn't show our true team, our true colors, you know what I mean? But again, not taking anything away from College of Idaho because they're a very, very good football team.
What was the message in the locker room to the team?
Just keep fighting, you know what I mean? It's, we wanted to win the fourth quarter and we wanted to be able to finish, this last game. And coming out at halftime, we need a little spark there, right away. So you just got to learn how to overcome adversity. That's a good football team. You can't make mistakes with good football teams or you're not going to be successful. And so, so it was a great, it was a great experience for these kids to know, what a top 10 team is and the number one team in, the Frontier right now. So, great learning experience, 24-hour rule, gotta let it go, wins and losses, and let's move forward and get ready for Western next week.
Were you surprised on how much they passed in this game, being a run-first team?
Yeah, no, they set up things really, really nice, and they were able to seal the edge on us where we didn't have an opportunity or we weren't as successful as I thought we were going to be, setting that edge. And so we got to do a good job making sure we have adjustments and such with that. That quarterback spot on though. Geez, he's a lot better thrower than I thought he was, and not that I underestimated him, but I agree. I thought they would run the ball more and be more, one-dimensional. You know what I mean, with some play action in between it, but. They did a great job. And again, their coach said did a great job and broke away from some tendencies that they were showing on film, and they executed. And they converted third downs and converted first downs, second downs. They were very positive plays for them. And so when you get 5-6 yards on a first down, well, it's a lot easier to be on second down, being 2nd and 4, and be able to move the chains and move things forward. So, again, they played pretty well. And so we just got to be able to respond, and we're halfway done with the season right now, and with a pretty young program, and so I'm very encouraged with our guys, their attitude and their effort, like I said, I love these guys. They're giving everything they can, and they want to be out there, and they played hard. You know what I mean? And so just got to keep fighting. That's life. That's football. That's life. You just got to be a fighter.
Halfway through the season, game planning, do you feel like you guys are ahead of schedule than you anticipated, or where are you at?
Well, I like to win 5-0, and then we'd have been ahead of schedule. You know what I mean? But you're always striving to be the best, and always striving to be successful that next week, and that's what we're basing on. Just tomorrow, we'll see. We'll put a game plan together. Versus Western, watch what we did versus them, and just really focus on them. And the season's 0-0 right now again, and we just got to focus on this one game. Focus on Sunday. Some internal leadership. You know what I mean? So starting needs to gel. Starting. Who's going to be the leaders, who's going to step up, you know what I mean? And so, that's going to be fun. That's going to be encouraging to see who's the one that's going to step up and lead this team. Like I said, there's a lot of young kids, and there's a young staff, and so again, I got to do a better job of finding a way to keep them a little bit closer, you know what I mean, and put them in good situations. In the first 4 games, I thought we were right in there. We played hard, but again, it's a good football team. CLI is a good football team, but we're a good football team. That wasn't a representative to me on how good we can be and how good we're going to be as we progress and get better.
It seemed like week by week Bridgewater was getting better, and then today he seemed kind of baffled in the second quarter. Wasn't able to complete many passes. Wasn't able to break off for any runs. What did you see from the defense, and what did you see from him?
We knew this was going to be in their very, very aggressive front. They're moving all the time, and they're able to change directions, and so probably had to do a better job getting them out of the pocket a little bit more instead of being the drop back because of all the movement. So I'll take that on me. And but he's a gamer. He wants to play, and he wants to perform well, and they were a good team. So it's the best team, the best front that we've seen, and the best when they were out on the routes, those receivers didn't look like they were 5 yards off or 3 yards off guys. They were pretty tight with them. And so again, hats off to their program, and wish them the best, and we just got to get better. We got to take care of our own, and not the game's over. So 24-hour rule. Let's get to Western.
When Chase is roughing the passer penalty, is kind of wrong place, wrong time kind of thing, or
it's always a wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, and hopefully it wasn't. I got to look at it on film, and hopefully it wasn't targeting, because that's unacceptable. We don't do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want those unsportsmanlike. That just shows lack of character and lack of discipline, and it can't be. Penalized teams are because of that lack of character and lack of discipline. They you know, so we can't do that, you know, and I hope you know, we gotta watch it, I gotta see what the, you know, what the rule is on it and everything else, if it's a game or if it's a half or what it is, cause I'm not 100% sure that deep into the game, you know, how that, you know, for the next game, you know, cause, because it hurts us. You know, it hurts us, and you know, it's a behavior that can't happen. Now, whether how violent it was, I didn't see it. Was it launching? Was it all those things that come into play? You know, I would have to just watch on film, and you know, the refs did a good job of recognizing it and calling a penalty and doing their job to make sure it didn't happen or make sure it wouldn't happen again during the game.
How do you feel like your team responded, being frustrated and? I mean, you're right, they didn't show any sportsmanlike penalties or anything like that, but was it just trying to keep them positive throughout the whole game and just
Definitely,
not even
no,
look at the
definitely.
scoreboard,
Just winning that
out.
next rep, again,
Yeah.
it goes back to our mentality. You can't dwell on stuff and have your head down. You can't be too high and you can't be too up. You know what I mean? I want them here. You know, yeah, you're gonna get a little couple bumps here and there. Let's just keep going. You know, we'll keep going. You know, pretty soon stuff will go our way or it won't, and you just gotta find a way. But when you get too up, and then all of a sudden you come down, and then you're up, and you're down, and you're up. You know, it's I just want to be an even keel. You know, we're just gonna go out and do our job, win this play, win this rep, and you know, move forward with that. And so again, yeah. So I don't know. Sometimes it's. I don't know if I didn't feel that they just gave up. You know, we went down, we scored at the end, and you know, there's some enthusiasm, some fire on the sideline still, and you know, we just got to learn. We just got to keep learning and keep you know, being disciplined and being encouraging and one rep mentality, and just get better on this rep and let the scoreboard take care of itself. You know, however it takes care of itself and improve.
Stephen Powell took over the kicking game today. Was Josh Crouch okay, or?
Yeah, no, it's always competition. I love competition, and so whoever's playing the best at linebacker is going to go in, whoever's offensive line and kicking and everything else, and whoever has good weeks. And competition brings out the best and the worst in people. You know what I mean? So you know, as long as you're out there competing and earning that spot, and you don't want anybody to be uncomfortable. You want them to strive and push themselves to be the best they can be. And if you get that out of your team, then they're going to play above their God-given talent. And if you can get that, then you're going to be successful. So we just got to keep working on that, keep that competition, and keep that edge where you know you got to compete to keep your spot in playing time.
Obviously, you're gonna want. Oh, go ahead, man. Obviously, you're gonna want to look at the film, but I mean, kind of a rapid reaction. What are some things you need to work on ahead of next week at Montana Western or against Montana Western?
Yeah, you know, I gotta watch the film. Yeah, and just kind of see where we're at. It's not one. It's never one person. It's never one side of the ball. It's never one. It's always a group effort with everybody working together. And so, you know, we just gotta watch. We just gotta learn. We just gotta learn from it and be able to react and make sure our heads aren't going. You know, and I didn't think it was. You know, they're gonna score. We're gonna score. We're gonna get stopped. They're gonna get a stop. You know what I mean? So we just gotta. You know, it's hard. It's hard. You know, anytime you come off a loss and you come off a loss with that big a loss, you know, it just again, hats off to college. But you know, the first time it's happened this year. Hopefully, it never happens again. And we just got to keep fighting and keep improving.
Any more?
I got one more. So one of the things that's a little unique about coming and coaching in the NAIA and the Frontier Conference, came from Idaho last year. You're playing a continued schedule. You're not playing against the same team twice. Well, next week you have that first contest here, playing Western for the second time. So what's going to be the message going into playing a repeat opponent, and what are you guys going to look for most in that Western team?
We're going to see what we were effective with for sure, and what they were effective, doing also. And so you always got to just maintain and make sure you're ready for any adjustments that they make. Then you got to still put your, sometimes you overcoach yourself too, and they don't run. You say, well, we can't run this because we were so successful with it, and then you come out and they didn't cover it again anyway. You know what I mean? So it's happened before, at least as a high school head coach, where you play a team, then you play them again in the playoffs, and so you just really analyze what you're doing, what they're doing, self-evaluate, and have an answer for their answer when they stop one play. It's all right, they covered it, but we know this is going to be open, so whatever the counter is off it to be successful.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.